Hi, Scorpio. I hope you guys are doing really great. I want to go ahead and get into a tarot and oracle reading for you. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish. And if you're seeking a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. So, starting this energy out, Scorpio, your oracle energy for this week is clean it up. Um, Clean it up is about restoring balance to situations, getting to the nuts and bolts of a matter. If things need to be restored between you and people, if we need to clean up our energy so that we're not vibrating from a yucky place when we're involving ourselves with others, it's important to do so. Oftentimes, this is going to show up where the next leg of your journey is present, but to get on it effectively is going to be something where you need to make sure that everything is ready for you to do so. So clean it up. With your family and community here, Scorpio, you have the Queen of Pentacles here. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo energy. The Queen of Pentacles is often going to be somebody who cares about you. So this is somebody in your family, community, friends group. This may be assistance from this person financially, energetically. She may just give you her time, but it's for you. It's to secure your future. It's to help you along. If it's financial, it may be something that offers you the ability to clean up a situation that requires money and maybe you didn't have it, or requires support that you didn't have. Here it is, this woman is, or this person is potentially offering you some sort of opportunity to help a situation move along so that you can have prosperity and success in a situation moving forward. Could be a mother, could be an auntie, whomever. Generally a very positive and supportive person for you nonetheless. In your health energy, you have the Two of Pentacles. This is juggling too much on your plate. I know that sometimes when I have too much going on, I can take it out on myself by neglecting myself. This is not having enough time for you. It's having to adapt in so many areas of your life that you kind of get neglected. Sometimes in a health sense as well, this can be where you're trying to add too many things to your situation, or too many supplements, too many medications, too much. And it's just like things are, it's too much. So it's asking for us to clean it up, simplify, and if you're juggling too much or accepting and taking on too many responsibilities from others, it's saying focus your energy on you. You're the one that matters. And if you're over inundated with things, you're not going to be effective anyhow. So why keep taking more on, more than you can chew? This is a balancing act that, it can be very daunting, this balancing act. So just be mindful of how you approach it and how you address it. Okay, this is like burning the candle at both ends. For your finances and career here, Scorpio, you have the Moon. The Moon is Pisces energy. Cancer energy is a reader for me. This energy is lack of clarity. It can talk about anxiety, uncertainty, confusion in situations. This can also talk about maybe there is stuff that's being spoken about us, or we behind people's backs. It talks about things that are not being done, they're being done in the dark. It doesn't have to be the end of the world, but it can indicate where situations are not in the forefront and clear. I will also say sometimes, because it's right next to this Two of Pentacles energy, this can be where we have so much on our plate that like we're forgetting about ourselves and our own needs, and maybe we're turning to self-soothing, That can be another way to do it. It's asking for us to clean up our behavior so that we don't fall into the trap of, having our exterior world require so much of us, but then our recovery from that, or our self-soothing, or just being with ourselves, isn't taken out on like drinking or smoking a bunch of pot, or like overeating, or doing whatever you can to self-soothe and kind of calm down. I do that. I when I get too stressed out, I'll go have a bag of chips or whatever the hell I have, and it's just something that like I've dealt with throughout my life. I have to find a happy medium with food, and so it is what it is. It's something different for everybody, but when we are taking it out on ourselves, it's not going to help anything. So as far as work is concerned, uncertainty, lack of clarity in a situation, even potential gossip here as well. But overall, I would say deal with what you can. If things are in front of you, do the best with them, clean them up. Know from where you're coming from, and if you're uncertain about situations, just do what you can to be the best person that you can be in this job, okay? Especially in like matters of hierarchy where things are not told to you and you just kind of have to guess. With your relationship energies, Scorpio, you had 2 cards pop out. They're both major arcana here. So you have the Hangman as well as the Tower. Harsh energy, not gonna lie. So with Clean It Up being your card here, Scorpio, this energy, it's almost as if like if you guys are in a relationship, you're kind of deliberating, or the energy is one of deliberation in how to break the news, or how to fix something, like how to clean it up, how to fix something before we completely knock it down with that Tower. This indicates where with the Hangman, it's like kind of removing yourself from a situation to gain clarity or wisdom or understand the situation, especially if there's been a lot of adversity or problems with a partner. It's like, I'm biting my tongue. I'm waiting it out. I'm going to figure this out before I like drop down the hammer. Because that's what it feels like. It's like the period before, So whatever it is, and it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you and a partner are completely gonna, separate or whatever. That's not it. It's just some sort of aspect of something in your relationship really needs to change, and it feels like you're going about it in the ways that are good, but it just requires a lot of your time, attention to detail, and honesty when it comes to clean it up. Honesty, because this is how we get to the root of an issue, right? We have to be honest. And so rather than being reactionary, the Hangman says, wait, pause, be considerate of what is required here, and be effective in how you approach this. Don't just freak out and end things or cause a big problem or make problems worse. Like, be mindful of how you approach things, so you can have a better outcome with your partner. And some of you, this may be you deliberating whether or not you want to remain in a situation at all. With this for singles, this may be you looking at something with a person, whether they're new or newly dating. And it's like, really observe this person before you jump into something, because this is kind of like, what am I getting into? You may be seeing patterns in a person, or you may be seeing aspects of a person that you really don't like. And rather than jumping in and accepting what their actions and how they deal with things or not deal with things, you're being mindful of how you approach here. It is likely, I would say it is likely that you may pass this person up, or, you're biding your time before you tell them that this is a no-go. It just feels like it's a no-go. So if you're dating somebody, or you've got somebody new in your life, it's like you're kind of watching them, and you might not be too jazzed about how they're showing up or the situations that they are showing up with and how they're dealing with them. Especially if you're the one that feels like you have to clean it up when it's not even your situation. That's way too early on in a new connection, and it doesn't necessarily need to be that way. So just be mindful of how you approach that and what you sign on to. With what you don't see coming here, Scorpio, you have the 9 of Wands. So the 9 of Wands energy is one of protecting yourself. It's one of having dealt with certain situations and you're exhausted, you're tired of it, but you're also still willing to go through, because there's incentive in there. There's something at the end of the journey, the rainbow, whatever it is. Here it's saying with Clean It Up, Do what you can to make right on situations, Scorpio. Do what you can to remedy situations and to bring peace and harmony to situations. This is not needing to, or not trying to fight anymore. It's actually like creating space so that we can have a better opportunity to come together, or at least to clear a situation so that we can find higher ground. You know, this can also be with people. Sometimes this can also indicate like a white flag, you know, like I surrender. It's that kind of energy that's showing up here with this clean it up. You know, it's I'm tired of fighting. I don't want to fight. We've been at odds, or whatever it is. I'm at odds with something. So I'm going to do what I can to clear this energy up so that I am no longer in opposition with it. I can actually create space and change and be effective in how I approach this and move forward in my life. Because it feels like there's a lot of desire to clear things out here. It feels like there's a lot of energy that is kind of you're inundated by, but also you have to move through it. And I feel here that there's somebody here to help you do that, Scorpio. It just requires a lot of your attention and energy, and I feel like you might already be tired. So that's what I have for you. Kind of a weird reading, I know, but that's what I have for you. I hope it's helpful. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.